Greetings and welcome to the Rise Up Mama podcast. It's great to be here with you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and also thank you to those of you who have been supporting the early episodes and leaving comments on my YouTube page and on the podcast platform. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So, my name's Vanessa, and I help busy women, especially mums, to improve and maintain your health and wellness through positive mindset development, nutrition, and fitness coaching. If you're just tuning in, then I'm on a challenge. It's been set by my online marketing coach, and the challenge is to produce an audio recording every day for 1 year. Well, I'm going to admit it's been a busy week again. I'm a mum. I actually even had my granddaughters with me on Monday. But listen, on Thursday evening, I hosted this month's Health and Wellbeing Cafe. It was a great evening. We covered topics such as chakras, what are chakras, and how to fix your fibre. We also had live music, and you can listen to the replay on YouTube. So, yes, I've been absent for a couple of days, but I have done a recording, not one of these monologues. So effectively, this is day 12. And I'm talking about the benefits of decluttering. Now, this time of the year, I like to repot my orchids and other plants around our home. I actually have a great collection of orchids that I've nurtured over many years. So, when you think about repotting, obviously I'm putting in new compost. I'm giving the orchids fresh ground and an opportunity to flourish in some really nice soil. But when I think about my life and my home, I realise that over the years I've acquired a lot of things. So is it the freshest soil that I'm actually living in right now and able to flourish? It is spring, so for many of you, you will be thinking about decluttering. Is this something that you're planning to do? One of the simple rules is to get rid of anything that you have a duplicate of. All right, and there's also rules around if you haven't used something for more than 3 months or worn an item of clothing for more than 3 months, then it's time to actually let it go. This year, my deep clutter is actually inspired by a life-changing decision. I'm not going to talk about the decision on this episode. I will tell you more as things develop. But as you know, when you make a decision, you are required to get into activity immediately, actually, because this is what's going to make the decision turn into a reality. So to get things into motion in terms of the life-changing decision I have arrived at, it has to start with decluttering my home. And it's going to be quite emotional because I have to detach from my books, and I have a lot of books, especially books from university days. But clearly I'm not at university anymore, so it is time to let go. What I've decided to do is to start with the easy items. So these items are actually mine. They are toys. So my baby, my little man, Zanta, will be 2 at the beginning of April. So he's outgrown many of his toys anyway. And what I'm going to make sure is that this year his birthday won't be an excuse to purchase more toys. He was very blessed at Christmas time and he acquired a lot of toys that he can grow into. Now, this is where it comes to the more difficult area, because okay, I don't have any toys, but what I have is a lot of paperwork. So I've already touched on my books. I have a lot of paperwork. I've got a background in administration and project management and event management, as you may know. And I seem to have the need to keep everything. I'm not sure why. What I did a few weeks ago is I purchased it's like a stainless steel bin, I think, but it's a safe way to burn paper. So one of the things that I'm definitely going to be decluttering is paperwork. And some of the ideas that I've discovered when it comes to the paperwork that you could actually declutter anyway, we all should be, is things like bank statements. We only really need to keep bank statements for a year. So for me, I know that I've got statements, paper copies, paper records of statements that are way over a year. And you'll actually find that you've got other things that you don't need which are in a paper format. So another thing that's been suggested is to declutter guarantees. So a good idea is to sort through your appliance guarantees and get rid of the guarantees that have actually passed their sell by dates, okay, the expiry date. The big area as well for me is going to be clothes, and I'm going to admit right now, before I've even started the activity, I know I will become indecisive when it comes to decluttering my clothes. So Zenta's items are going to be much easier because, as I said, it's going to be 2 in a few weeks. So he's outgrown his clothes, and I actually did get rid of quite a few of his baby clothes anyway a few weeks ago. But my clothes are always a sticking point. So I've checked out what some of the experts say. And basically, I have to be ruthless. So yes, I can keep items that I'm going to wear for special occasions. And as you know, we are in our house, and many of us haven't been actually socialising and actually getting dressed up for special occasions, even though you can still get dressed up in your house, to be fair. But there are going to be some items that I haven't worn. And that might be because, I might have outgrown them, or I do still have mini skirts. Oh gosh, I can't believe I'm admitting this. I still have mini skirts that realistically, I've had them for like 15 years. I'm not going to wear them now. My life has moved on. So things like that, I can let go. What I've decided to do is to declutter using auction websites. So I'm going to have a go at reselling items. It's not to make masses of money. So some things might even go on for £1 or £2, something like that. But the life-changing decision that we've made as a family does require funds. So if I see the decluttering as part of a project where we can actually say, well, we decluttered and, we got £50, we got £100, then we know that actual money will go to the bigger aspiration that we are working towards. So yes, it's going to be a general spring clean. I've taken the week off work next week. It's my birthday on Monday, so I won't be doing any decluttering on my birthday, but for the rest of the week I'll be off. So I'm going to do general spring clean, and I'm going to declutter items such as my kitchen items. So for yourself, think about how much crockery and cutlery do you actually really need? Are the things that you could give to a member of your family that's just setting up a home, for example? I know I certainly have members of my family. I think one of my cousins mentioned that they were going to be moving into a larger home. So, I could offer them items from the kitchen that we don't need. Another area to declutter is cleaning products. It's time to get to grips with the cupboard under the sink. You will be surprised the amount of bottles and, old cloths that really don't need to be there anymore. Another area will be the bathroom products, because it's really easy to collect almost empty bottles of shampoo, shower gel, and things like that. So, just get rid. That's certainly what I'll be doing. I've got a top tip that I've found, which I'm going to stick to, which is nothing comes in unless something goes out. I personally love to be organised and I love storage ideas. So I have discovered storage ideas as I've been doing the research for today's audio. So there's things like under the bed baskets, shoe tidies, but to be fair, I'm going to really just get rid of as much as I can, because what I'm really on a quest to do is to learn to live with less material items. And my declaration is I am grateful for what we already have. There is a quote that I found which is about minimalism, and I'd love to share it with you. It says, minimalism is living with what you need and what you love, and that's it. And that's where I'm moving towards. So as I said, I will start my decluttering next week. The difference this year is that I'm decluttering to start living a minimalist life. I am happy to detach from material items to enable expansion of my soul's experience. And you know that this is a journey that I'm doing here with the audio. So this chapter is really, really important, this episode that I'm recording, because this is the beginning of a story, which is another chapter of my life. So stick around and you'll see how this develops. Also, please let me know how you get on with your own decluttering activities. I would be really interested to hear any tips that you may have. Well, that is it from me. It was a short one this evening, but as I said, I have missed a few episodes this month. Sorry, not this month, this week. But I have actually recorded the Health and Wellbeing Cafe, so I'm going to count that as activity for this week. As usual, I have no idea what tomorrow's audio will be around, but I appreciate the fact that you've checked in and you are interested in hearing these updates. So if you haven't liked and subscribed to whatever channel you are listening to, I'm going to ask you to do that, please, because obviously if you subscribe to the channel, you'll get a notification of when the next episode is ready and released. And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to sharing another episode with you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.